Hey, Trevor.
What's going on, homies? It is Trevor. Hope y'all are all having a good morning, good afternoon, or good night. Man, we gotta talk about this Battlefield beta, man. Now, as you can see, this is not Battlefield 2042 gameplay.
Hey guys, Post-Edit Trevor here. Please don't mind the rain. Jesus Christ, I know it's annoying, but this is my first time using the Type 2A. I usually don't use it because it was kind of a meta weapon, but I figured I'd try it out. So, I'm still getting used to the recoil. So, don't mind some of these bad aims. Moving on to the video.
And that's because the console of choice for Battlefield, the one that they have a partnership with, Xbox, was unable to capture or stream on Twitch the Battlefield 2042 beta. And not just the first day, second day, or third day, but throughout the entirety of the beta, which is okay because I didn't capture anything too spectacular. I did, however, get a pretty dope launcher hit on an Osprey. Now, whoever was in this Osprey was tatting me the fuck up, and I wasn't enjoying it very much. So I saw that they had some damage, and I figured, I'll finish this guy off. Oh no, I got me a 6-piece off that Osprey, and that was probably the highlight of my beta right there. And now, from that story, you're probably thinking, oh cool, Trevor had fun in the beta. Well, I didn't. I didn't have fun in this beta at all. Part of that has to do with the fact that whenever you drop a beta, for instance, the Vanguard beta, it's a current build of the game. You want to find bug fixes. You want to find mechanics that people don't like. You want to find things that could be potentially game breaking to get them fixed for launch. That way you have an idea of the experience that's coming whenever the game drops. People are defending this as if it makes any sense. But the Battlefield 2042 beta isn't a current build. It's a build that's months old. And not only that, but it's a completely irrelevant build. Because now that they're further along ahead, they said that they've made fixes, movement changes, mechanic changes, bug fixes, balancing. But we don't get to experience that. This is their marketing technique. This is supposed to be what sells people the game is the beta. And all the complaints that people have, all the things that they're worried about that they experienced inside of this beta, it doesn't matter. They just have to cross their fingers and hope that all of these problems that they experienced are changed in the final build of the game, because they didn't have any kind of chance to experience the final build of the game. So they just have to put their trust in EA's hands. Like, come on. I know that DICE is making this, but it's in EA's hands. And just pray that these aren't problems. So we technically didn't even get to play Battlefield 2042. We got to play with its retarded little cousin. And now, I don't want you to get me wrong. The Battlefield 2042 beta looked incredible. Now, there was some glitches and stuff with the Series X and all that. That's fine. But the game looked great. The guns felt awesome. The audio was awesome. The attachments were cool. You can't really tell much of a difference with the attachments. There was this bug with the AK-24 that every time you died and you respawned, you would lose all of your attachments. After a while, I just stopped, and I realized the attachments didn't do nothing for me anyways, because I could hit people just the same without any of the attachments applied to the gun. Which, I mean, it's totally fine. Even if it helps a little bit, I like the fact that there's no random recoil patterns. It's very predictable, it's manageable, it's cool. And the attachments, even if they're just there for the aesthetic, at least you get more things to customize on your gun. That's awesome. I like the plus system a lot. Character visibility is a big fucking issue, because I don't know if you've seen this video here, but it goes into detail about the visibility in Battlefield 2042 versus Battlefield 5. Now, Battlefield 5 is one of my favorite games. I love it, and the visibility was pretty hard in that game, especially if you had ADS field of view turned on, which I always suggest because there's no visible recoil, and whenever you have it turned off in Battlefield 5, the guns are pretty hard to control. Now, with the visibility as bad as it is, it brings up another major issue. Now, in Battlefield 5, I can play with aim assist on or off, or at 50%. That's fine, because there's two key factors whenever it comes to aiming in Battlefield 5 that keeps you consistent and accurate, and that is the ability to properly strafe left to right. Good, fluid, it's not short, it's not contained, it's not so clunky that by the time you're done pushing right and you push to the left, you're not still moving to the right. The response of the strafing is bad in 2042, really bad. and it messes with your accuracy. But the biggest issue that I had with this game wasn't the aim assist. I mean, it was there, but I really don't think with the visibility and the ranges that you have to do with the recoil, even though it is mild, I do think they need to buff up the aim assist a little bit. And I know Battlefield people won't like that, won't dig it. I don't want it to be like Call of Duty. Call of Duty aim assist is 10 to maybe even 20 times stronger. Maybe not 20, but it's a lot stronger than Battlefield, a lot. And I like the aim assist in Battlefield 5. I think that was a perfect balance of aim assist, but a lot of the accuracy comes from the strafing and this. And that is the aim response curve, the natural aim response curve. I know people are thinking, do you mean sensitivity? Do you mean how the aim assist works? No, I'm not talking about the slowdown. I'm not talking about your sensitivity. What I'm talking about is in the engine, they implement an aim response curve that responds to the input of your thumbsticks. Now, I'm gonna put a little image up here of how I tested and how I came to visually represent the aim response curve in Battlefield 5. Now, as you can see, it's a slow little curve that makes its way up. It's not too slow, but it's not too fast. You push the thumbstick a little bit, maybe you get 20%, 30% of your natural sensitivity, and then as you push it towards the middle, it bumps up a little bit more, and obviously whenever you push your thumbstick to the max, you get full sensitivity. Now underneath it, this little red line, this is the aim response curve in Battlefield 2042. And as you can see, it's a lot more aggressive. You definitely have to push your thumbstick a lot to get these micro adjustments. And that would be okay. But you have to implement the fact that your movement is so clunky whenever you ADS, and the strafing is so bad that there's no way to move left and aim right accurately, which will help center up your aim. There's no way to push hard right and aim left with the fine adjustments, because the movement is so clunky that there's no good strafe. There's no distinguishable strafe. It just seems like you're stepping this way, stepping that way. It doesn't feel like strafing. It just feels like you might just be walking a little bit. But this tight aim response curve and this tight strafing, I don't know if it's gonna be in the final build of the game. All I know is it was in the beta and it was shitty. Now, I was able to play a little bit on mouse and keyboard, thankfully. And that's what saved my opinion of Battlefield 2042, because on mouse and keyboard is a completely different experience. And I hate to be the guy to say it, but PC is at a clear advantage here. Now, they always kind of are whenever it comes to FPS shooters, but in this case specifically, turn crossplay off if this is how the aim response curve is and how the movement is on controller. Because it's a controller problem. It's not a game problem. It's not a gun problem. It's not an aim assist problem. It's how they adapted this engine to controller. It's bad. It's really bad. If they have mouse and keyboard support on Xbox whenever this game drops, shit, play mouse and keyboard, because the game is flawless in that regard at least. But on controller, man, it sucked, and it sucked all the fun out of my Battlefield experience. There was actually a full day that the beta was dropped, that it was time for me to go play, and I was kind of like, you know, dude, I'm really not feeling it. I'm really not, because I bumped all of my sensitivities and my soldier zoom aim and even my vertical aim ratio. I had to bump all of that up just to try to beat this horrible aim response curve. So DICE, if you're listening, the Battlefield 5 engine, I don't know which version of Frostbite it was, if you would have just used that movement and those mechanics from Battlefield 5 in this 2042 engine, I promise you, this beta would have been a flawless, and I mean flawless, experience. Everything else about Battlefield 2042 is an absolute gem, and it lived up to the hype. Fuck all the bugs. I don't care about that. All of that gets patched. No publisher's just gonna leave that shit in the game. That will be fixed. But you have a big problem with aim response on a controller and just the movement in general. That needs an overhaul. I promise you, if you just fix those things, I honestly don't see how anybody could complain about Battlefield 2042. I really don't. But all in all, you know, I have faith in the game. I played the beta, canceled my pre-order. You know, that's kind of my thing anyways. If I didn't enjoy it, I'll cancel my pre-orders, and then I'll see how it comes at launch, and then I'll buy it then. So I didn't give up on Battlefield 2042, and I'm not going to. I still think that they can make everything right. I still have faith in it. All in all, my experience was bad, but a lot of that has to do with just the controller support. They need to fix it. They need to add just a little bit more aim assist for those longer range gunfights. They need to fix this aim response curve. They need to fix the movement to make it more fluid. You know, make that strafing a real thing, because there ain't no strafing in this game. Sorry to say it. But if you can't hear it, it's starting to rain, so I guess I'll wrap my video up there. If you like the gameplay, if you like the commentary, please don't forget to give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, because I am dropping stuff all the time. Thanks for coming around and checking out the channel. Thanks a ton for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.